Hare Krishna, Prabhu, can you hear?
Hare Krishna. Yeah, thank you, Mataji.
Thank you. Okay.
So those Gurukul boys, they always sing Purusha Shukta.
Hmm.
Whom do we glorify when we sing that prayers?
Garbhodakasha Vishnu.
Yeah, very good. There's something wrong, yeah. There's so many noise. It's funny, yeah. It's very bothering. Something I don't understand what's going on. There's so much noise. Something is ringing here. Anyway, it's definitely annoying. Someone is trying to be a co-host. Quite bewildered. How to remove that?
I think you are the host and co-host.
No, but there's a bloody noise, it's very annoying.
I don't hear any noise, Prabhu.
Yeah, but on my side, it's quite annoying. I cannot teach like this.
Okay, that's off.
Let me pause it, first of all.
You know what? Do you want us to get out and then get in again?
No, there's someone who is co-host, so I want to remove. Okay, Moshika Prabhu, I think, is it coming from you, that noise?
No, Prabhu, I'm muted.
Can you please leave and reconnect? Let's see. Yeah. Oh, the noise.
It's good with me and you, right, Prabhu?
So it's quite, we have to understand everything comes from the Lord. Aham savasya prabhavu mata savam pravartate. So we cannot start from the Jiv. We cannot even start from the Virat. The Virat is still a byproduct of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So we can see with our eyeballs because the Virat can see. And if you take it further, why the Virat can see? Because the Virat has been infused with the Shakti of Vasudev. Sadvam Vishudam Vasudev Shabditam Yadiyate Tatrapuman Apavritaha. So let's go further up than the Virat. Then you're coming to Garbhodakashayi Vishnu. What is the Virat? It is the external display of Garbhodakashayi Vishnu. And we know Garbhodakashayi Vishnu comes from whom? From Mahavishnu. See? Oh, you know, it's quite. Yeah, definitely. We have to fix up our computers or phone because it's unbearable. So then Mahavishnu is coming from Mahashankarashan, part of the second Chaturvyuha. Vasudev, Sankarshan, Pradyumna, Aniruddha. This is the second Chaturvyuha. So this Mahashankarshan is going to give rise to Mahavishnu, and then from Mahavishnu, Garbhodakashayi, Kshirodakashayi. Now, if we go further up, where is that second Chaturvyuha coming from? Those second Chaturvyuha are hovering around each and every Narayan Murti in the Vaikuntha Lok. Each Vaikuntha is predominated by a Lord Narayan Murti, Vilas Murti. Around each and every Vila Smurti of Lord Narayan that you find revolving around that form, Chateau Vyuha. But they belong to Lord Narayan. Now, where is Lord Narayan coming from? Any clue? Lord Narayan is coming from? I know we didn't discuss about that in this class, I know in this section, I know, but try to recollect from your general understanding. What you do when you speak out, you just unmute yourself, you know. So the Lord Narayan feature is coming from the first Chateau Vyuha, which is called Mool Chateau Vyuha. Mool means root, which is called also the Dwarka Chateau Vyuha. Okay? So this Sankarshan here, of that first Chateau Vyuha, Vasudev, Sankarshan, Pradyumna, Aniruddha. This Sankarshan is the cause of Lord Narayan. And where is Lord Sankarshan coming from? From the first Chateau Vyuha? Is coming from Lord Balaram. And Vasudev, from the first Chateau Vyuha, this is Dwarkadish, is in Dwarka, is coming from the Krishna from Vrindavan. So what I'm trying to say is, just like it is written here, we are discussing about the Virat, but originally everything takes place in the original personality of Godhead, Lord Krishna in Vrindavan. Because he has subtle sense organ, because he has gross sense organ, that they're going to break down and give rise to sense object, the Pancha Mahabhut. Then now on the level of his gross sense organ, the main primary deities of the devatas, the subtle sense organ of Virat and the Jiv. So we discussed in that section long back that the Lord is everything. Nimitta Karan is the material cause, is the efficient cause. Then we discussed very briefly Ekapad Vibhuti versus Tripad Vibhuti, 1/4, 3/4. And now we discussed after that, remember from Brahma's account, Lord Brahma's testimony, he discussed how he himself was alone and he had to perform sacrifice. So he had to draw from the Lord's bodies, or even from within the stem, the material of the stem. He had to chip away from that to build the paraphernalia for his sacrifices. The original presiding deities also. This is his testimony to Narad, his youngest son. And then we just finished that section the other day. Remember, he's answering the questions of Narad 252. This is the key verse. 252. Let me see if she's back. Are you back? Yeah. Okay. So basically is empowered. Krishna Shakti Vinanayata Pravartan. You cannot do anything in life unless you are empowered, especially in Krishna consciousness. Yesterday I was trying to sell books. You can see Arinishta is trying to get in now. And it's difficult to sell books. So you have to pray and pray and pray. Yesterday it worked and then it didn't work. So what do? You try to sell books on the parking lot. You're dealing with non-devotees. They don't give a damn about Krishna consciousness. What is the only way out? You have to pray like anything. So at least they give 10 euros or 5 euros, so you can give a book. So in the same way, there is no, what else can you do? What else can you do? Can you quote Shastra? Can you say, look, I'm 40 years in ISKCON, please give me some respect? They don't give a damn. So the only way out is to pray. So this is what Brahma did here. And because he prayed, he got in power. And we discussed also that why should we believe in Lord Brahma's words? We may say, why? So because there is no way around, because he's telling the truth. Only truth hurts. You know, when you tell the truth, it may not be palatable. Satyam bruyat priyam bruyat. If you tell the truth, you cannot go wrong. People may not like it, but you cannot go wrong. So here, from 34, this is what we discussed. Brahma is telling his younger son, why you should believe me, my dear son. Remember, because at one point in time, Narad was under the impression that his father was God. So he's revealing in 34, 35, 36, he's revealing his own consciousness. I've caught hold of the Lord Lotus feet with great zeal. Whatever I say has never proven to have been false. Nor is the progress of my mind ever deterred. Nor are my senses ever degraded by temporary attachment to matter. So we could feel, isn't that arrogant to say that? What do you think? If I tell you, Purnachandra Mataji, my mind is never deterred. My senses are never degraded. Whatever I say is the absolute truth. Does it sound a bit arrogant?
Yes.
So why Brahma is telling that offhand in 34?
You come into my phone.
Sorry? Mataji?
Oh, okay. Brahma is telling that.
Yeah, it sounds very arrogant to me. If you want to answer Moshe Kala Prabhu, you feel free to intervene. Huh? Why is he saying like that? Doesn't it sound arrogant?
Because Brahma is always dependent on Narayana, right? Lord Narayan.
Yeah, it's just like, I don't know if you remember in the first canto, Maharaj Parikshit, when he meets the bull and the cow, the bull is Dharmagya, is religion personified. This Gunda of Kali is beating the bull black and blue. He has broken 3 legs out of 4. The bull is urinating. The bull is shivering with fright. The cow is in as bad a shape as the bull. And what did he say? Maharaj Parikshit? Remember, at the end of the first canto, chapter 17, he's saying, I'm going to punish the culprits. There's no one stronger than me. Even if you are a demigod, I'm going to defeat you badly. I will cut your arms from the root. I'm the strongest. It sounds very arrogant. No, this is because this Maharaj Parikshit is the descendant of Arjun, is coming from the Kuru line. He has Ishvara Bhav. A real Kshatriya needs Ishvara Bhav. He has to exert his power of dominion. And Prabhupada explained very clearly in that section, he is not arrogant. This is the duty of Kshatriya to protect the feeble. So in the same way here, 34 is the first authority. And he's telling us his experience offhand. Yes, I'm never deterred. My mind is never deterred. My talk is never proven wrong because I received the full power, the full Shakti of the Lord. So you have to believe me, my dear son. I'm the only one around. There's no one else. There's no one else but you and me. So if you doubt me, there's no one else to ask. You follow? There's no choice for Narada. There's no choice. And you know, you can be proud of Krishna. There is no harm being proud of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, of your Guru, of Prabhupada. Proud can be also a good use of pride is good in Krishna consciousness. So he's proud, Brahma is proud because yes, I've taken shelter of Krishna. I'm proud of that. And because I've done that, then I know that my words are impeccable. You understand? Rupa Goswami says, for a pure devotee, even if you run full swing with your eyes closed, still you will not trip, you will not fall. Even if you run full swing with your eyes closed, because you are totally protected by Krishna. So there is some, there is some reason to be proud of Krishna because it protects. And Brahma knows considering what he has gone through, he meditated for 1,000 years of the demigods. Finally, he heard the sound, tap. He underwent severe austerity. Then from tap, he heard the flute. Then the Gayatri mantra. So he has gone through penances, He was not helped in his journey. So he has right to boast himself. But when he boasts himself, he doesn't boast himself. He is actually glorifying the Lord. Because he's telling here, look at 35 we discussed the other day. What else can I do? Even though I've undergone austerities, I've got penances, but I'm very far from understanding him. I'm groping in the dark. So what else do we have to do? We just have to glorify Krishna. Because we always fall short of the mark. What else you want to do? You just have to glorify Krishna. Because at least you know that Krishna is perfect. So if you glorify Krishna, you become perfect. As soon as you stop glorifying Krishna, you become imperfect. Especially, even if you may know the Chaturvedi, you know the 4 Vedas, you become imperfect, understand? So the best way to advance is to glorify Krishna. As soon as you step out of that, this is the beginning of the end. Even Brahma is acknowledging, 35, I cannot fully understand him. What else should I do? So now let's discuss 36. We're going to start from 36. Natos nyaham tash sharanam samiyusham bhavashilam sasyayanam sumangalam yo yatmamaya vibhavam sma paryagat yatanaba swantam mata parekutaha. This is 36. Someone can read out.
Therefore, it is best for me to surrender to his feet, which alone can deliver one from the miseries of repeated birth and death. Such surrender is all auspicious and allows one to perceive all happiness. Even the sky cannot estimate the limits of its own expansion. So what can others do when the Lord himself is unable to estimate his own limits?
Yeah, so I sent you some homework last night, and I think there's some stuff dealing with that. BV homework, second, yeah, 36. Yeah, we start from 36. So there's a beautiful analogy in 36, in the verse itself. The sky.
Hmm.
Just like Krishna himself cannot estimate the beauty of his face. You know the verse in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. Krishna is looking at his face. His face is bedazzled in the marble of the floor. And Krishna is totally awestruck. How could it be someone as beautiful as this? He's so struck with wonder, he separates the face from himself, as if it is not him. See, he's so much stunned by his face, by the beauty of his face. Even Krishna bewilders himself. Even Krishna cannot estimate the limits of his own beauty. And as soon as he's going to estimate it, again, it has increased. This is Achintya. Srimati Radharani, she's putting camphor. She's cooking for the Lord, as you know. She's adding camphor in a particular prep. I forgot which one. Every day since time immemorial, she's adding camphor. Still, it's never too much camphor. How can you explain Purnachandra? Do you follow? We cannot explain. It's Apurushaya, Adokshacha. It doesn't make sense. How can you add up camphor to your preparation every day and still it's not over the top? This is spiritual. There cannot be any fault. There cannot be any fault. So now this, you follow this analogy? You know, you look at the sky. How can you offer the sky to the sky, basically? You know. So now there's a mistake here. I told the BBT already in 36. I don't know if you noticed the mistake in regard to Lord Brahma and Manu. Did you notice? There's one very obvious mistake. See, it says Brahma is the father of Manu. Do you agree with that? That's a severe mistake of BBT. Severe. In the last 40 years, I must have pointed out 500 mistakes to the BBT. And each time I tell Beam Prabhu in Mumbai, because my edition is from BBT Mumbai, he never replies to me. Manu is the son of Brahma, not the grandson. Anyway, that's just a small detail. Okay, so please explain. There's a few questions here in 36. What are the two things that oppose each other in 36? Did you guys read through the subsequent proposal? Because if you come without, I think, studying before, it's going to be tough. See, it's just like if you want, it's mentioned here in 36. If you try to estimate the length and the breadth of the Lord's potencies, is that an intelligent task? One time my guru told me, for 10 years he tried to assess, to understand who is Srila Prabhupada in the spiritual world. And then he told me after 10 years he gave up. Because it's beyond him. It's beyond him. There's certain things we cannot access now. The fall of the G, for instance. Bhaktivinoda Thakur explained, you are already guilty before entering the creation. And in the 13th chapter of the Gita, Prabhupada says, Krishna knows when, where, and why you fell down. And Bhaktivinoda Thakur explains, don't search for this answer in the material world. It is not in the material world. So there's certain things you're going to crack your head against the wall. You won't find the answer. So no need to try to understand Achintya Shakti of the Lord. It's unmeasurable. Parasya Shakti Vivideva Shriyate. So that's the two things that oppose each other. What should we do? You surrender. This is what exactly what Brahma did. You're trying to grab, how do you say, to rack your brain, yes, to rack your brain to understand. No, you're gonna go mad. You're gonna go berserk. Better to surrender, because what else you can do? It's an amazing gain of time if we surrender, not only you, me also, we don't surrender enough. So this is the state of affair of Brahma. Yeah. So let's see, 36. This is Krama Sandarbha, this is Jiva Goswami. Bhakti filled with offering of respects is suitable for Brahma. See, whereas efforts in Gyan are not suitable. Yeah, this is the best. You practice Bhakti and you try to offer your respects as you practice. There's a verse, Gyana Prayasam Udapasya Namanta Eva. We should reject Gyan. Gyana Prayasam. We have to reject Gyan. And better to listen to Krishna Katha. Yeah. Even he doesn't know, Brahma doesn't know the greatness of his Svarup, the Lord's Svarup, Svarup Shakti. Atmanaya Vibhavam. How can we understand Prakritim Svamadishtaya, the Lord Shakti? Even Brahma is groping in the dark. The example of the sky recalls Shruti statements. You're trying to understand the unlimited expanse of the sky. There's no need. Nayamatma pravachanena labhyuna medaya damavuna shrutina. The brain will fall short. The hearing power will fall short. Only if he condescends to reveal himself to us, Tanum Swam, his own form, only we have a chance. Otherwise, it's a lost game. Vishwanath, 36. See, prattling. Huh? You understand what is prattling? Prattling means gossiping, chit-chatting about Krishna. He is this, he is that. See, one of the unsought results is Samiyusham. We're going to be just like in the first two leaves of the Bhaktilata Kripa, Shubhada and Kleshagni, will stop suffering to a great deal. That's not that's not sought out, sorry, by the devotees, but it's coming to you unsought. And then the real leaf of the Bhaktilata Kripa is Prem, Sandratma Visheshatma, uncalculable bliss, condensed bliss. You cannot calculate the bliss of those devotees. This is the sought result. Sumangalam. Even the Gyanis, the yogis, they need bhakti to avail themselves of their own practice. Atmamayaya vibhavam. We cannot. Even Brahma is falling short of them. What to speak of others? See? It's a nice example. Not being able to see a sky flower doesn't destroy omniscience. There's no flower in the sky to start with. It's not because you cannot see a flower in the sky that you are an ignorant. No, because there's no flower in the skies to start with. Then he quotes Bhagavatam, 10th chapter, 10th canto. No one is like 10-2, remember? Suragane. No one can understand Krishna, even Brahma, even Indradev, even the Saptarishi, the Patriarch. We are totally shelled within. You know, the inhabited portion of the universe is surrounded by 10 times the size of the diameter of the universe. We are totally enveloped in ignorance by millions of miles of matter, gross and subtle, around the universe, the layers of the universe. What chance do we have? You know what I'm saying? There's absolutely no chance. The only way out is to surrender. Now, at the end of 36, there's also some point in regard to happiness, Brahma Sokyam. Perhaps some of you can speak because it looks like I'm giving the class to myself.
Yeah, in the last paragraph, it says that happiness in the Lord is also identical with the Lord on account of absolute knowledge.
Yeah, can you pick up, Mataji, that the very last section about happiness?
Okay.
This is very interesting.
Okay, and then again, the happiness increases more and more, and the Lord measures it more and more. And as such, there is eternally a competition between increment and measurement. And so
Yeah,
that,
it's like the beauty of his faith, remember?
and it never stops, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, it keeps on going.
We cannot. There's a difference between happiness and anand. Sukh in Sanskrit, sukh. Sukh means happiness, but anand is different. Be careful. Anand, it means what? Bliss. Anand means it's totally spiritual. It's Ladini Shakti. It's coming from Srimati Radharani. She's the repository of Anand. So only she can give that. Once she gives those little drops of Anand, Ladini Shakti, then you are reinstated in your Starup Siddhi. Otherwise, before that, you're not there. Those drops of nectar of Ladini Shakti are coming from Srimati Radharani or from your Sat Guru. Your Guru is Sat. If your Guru is not Sat, he can hand you over to a Sat Guru. It's not necessarily that you're going to be having the same Guru throughout your whole journey in the material world. Guru is one anyway. But it may happen that your Guru hands you over. Just like we have seen at the time of the Goswamis, Shyamananda Pandit was initiated by Hridaya Chaitanya, but he was handed over to Jiva Goswami. It happens sometimes. Okay, so let's carry on. Naham na yuyam yat ritangatim vidu navamadeva kimuta pare suraha tanmayaya mohita buddhayas twidam vinirmitam chatmasamam vichakshmahe. Go
Okay,
ahead.
so since neither Lord Shiva nor you nor I could ascertain the limits of spiritual happiness, how can other demigods know it? And because all of us are bewildered by the illusory external energy of the Supreme Lord, we can only see this manifested cosmos according to our individual ability. So here Narad is talking.
This is Brahma, Mataji.
Oh, this is Brahma is talking. Okay. Oh, he's talking to Narad.
He's talking to
Okay.
Narayana.
So he's explaining Narad about the cosmos and like how everything is working. And you can only see things according to your own individual ability and experience.
Yeah. Remember we discussed in the beginning of the 5th chapter, 2nd canto, Narad is totally under the impression that he's God, his father is God. And what is
Yes.
the answer of Narad, of Brahma, sorry?
Oh, because I meditate on someone, right?
Yes, but it's very subtle. What is we could say, we could say the father is going to chastise the boy. Because it's a big blunder if my son tells me I'm God, immediately I'm going to contradict him and I may chastise him. But is Brahma chastising his son?
No.
No. What does he do? This is,
I
look
think
at
it's
that,
explaining to
2509, 2510. 2510 is a very good answer. This is what he says. 2510. Whatever you have spoken about me, remember, Naradi's illusion is thinking my father is God. And then he goes, father replies, whatever you have spoken about me is not false. Because unless and until one is aware of the personality of Godhead, who is the ultimate truth beyond me, one is sure to be influenced by observing my powerful activities. So it's a very beautiful answer. He's saying, actually, everyone would make the same mistake as you, my boy. When people look at me, everyone will conclude the same. Because I'm so powerful. See, again, it sounds like arrogance. It is not arrogance, because it's the first Jeev. So everyone is born to be illusion just like you, my dear boy. The only thing that is missing in you, my boy, is you're not Krishna conscious. If you were Krishna conscious, you wouldn't come to that conclusion. But because you're not Krishna conscious, you're coming to that conclusion, and I'm God. But you cannot be blamed for that, because I'm very powerful. You follow? Such an intelligent answer. Just like, I remember, let's give an ISKCON example. When I joined, we had Srila Gurudev. I don't know if you guys remember. I don't know if you were in ISKCON in those days. 85. You were there, Moshikar Prabhu?
No, I joined ISKCON in 1995.
Oh.
1995.
Oh, where? Okay, I see. So everyone worldwide, not only 2 countries, everyone understood Bhagavan Prabhu, Srila Gurudev, is a pure devotee of the Lord. Because he was so powerful. Even the gurus concluded, yes, he's a pure devotee. In 85, he was appointed worldwide Sankirtan leader of the whole ISKCON. You follow?
Prabhu,
Do you know anyone who got that title in ISKCON? He's the worldwide leader of the whole world of ISKCON.
Bhagwan Das.
Sorry, Prabhu?
Who got that title?
Srila Gurudev, Bhagavan Prabhu.
Oh, Bhagavan. Okay.
So, and I joined because of him. So everyone got bewildered thinking, wow, he's a pure devotee. In the same way, Narad is thinking, oh, my father is God. And yes, because father is saying here 2.5.10, yes, you're right, because I'm very powerful. But actually, you're not right because you're not Krishna conscious. So someone who is Krishna conscious wouldn't have fallen into the trap. But we all fell into the trap because we were not sufficiently Krishna conscious. You follow? A few persons didn't fall into the trap. Gaur Govind Maharaj, Bhakti Sarvata Maharaj, they didn't fall into the trap. Even in those days, they were saying, no, he's not a pure devotee. And they were criticized heavily. Who was right? Because they were totally Krishna conscious. Others concluded wrongly, and they had to bite the dust. To bite the dust. So this is the reality. See? So in the same way here, back to 2637, we are bound to be bewildered. The only way not to be bewildered is to be a pure devotee of the Lord. This is the conclusion. And I don't know if you notice in 37, this is one of my questions. Prabhupada says, talking about the Mahajan. And you know, did you notice what Prabhupada said about the Mahajan? Something amazing. He says, Brahma, Narad, and Lord Shiv know about the Lord to a considerable extent. Not fully, considerable. And therefore, one should follow the instruction of these great personalities instead of being satisfied with a tiny brain. We could say, why should I follow Bhishma? He was on the wrong side of the party. Why should I follow Shukdev? He used to be a monist. You can find fault even with the Mahajan. So my question remains, why should we still accept the Mahajan though they are fallible? See? Why should you accept your guru even though you are conscious of the fact he's not a Parshada of the Lord?
Oh, what do you mean when you say the Mahajan is fallible?
I'm not saying, Prabhu, look at the purport. It looks like you don't read the purport. At the end of 37, Brahma, Narad, and Lord Shiva know about the Lord to a considerable extent. It doesn't say to an ultimate extent. So they are extremely knowledgeable, considerable. But you could say, well, I'm not going to follow them because they're not entirely conscious. Even Brahma admits in this section of the study is not entirely knowing. So should we say, oh, no one is knowing, so I'm not going to surrender? Is that a good attitude?
No.
So how to explain to a layman? How to explain? Even though you may not be totally infallible, but still it's worth it to take shelter of you because you are, this is the process. Tadvini Pranipatena Pariprashnena Sevaya. This is the process. We have to surrender to representative. As far as possible, we know the representative should be an Uttamadhikari. Yes, we know that. But even if the representative is like a good postman, what is the duty of a postman? Deliver the mails. He's not going to steal the mail or the envelopes in his pocket. He's doing his area of delivery, not stealing, giving to the proper mailbox. That's his job. He's a good postman. So you deliver the message of Prabhupada, not subtracting, not adding up. You're a good postman. And what is the purpose of all these postmen after all? It's to bring us to Srila Prabhupada. Then Srila Prabhupada will do the rest. That is why it's kind of special, because we have this Srila Prabhupada. You follow? So all we ask from our Guru is to take us to Srila Prabhupada. In the same way, all we ask to our Mahajan is to take us to Lord Krishna. Even though, Prabhupada is very clear, they are knowing the Lord to a considerable extent. It doesn't say absolutely. Even Brahma, the leader of the Mahajan, is acknowledging himself. Yes, my dear Narada, I'm somewhat bewildered. I know to my own individual ability, I know, yes, but not beyond that. So he's a very sincere person. My Guru Maharaj told me in 87, I cannot take you back to Krishna. There's no way. And then he told me, I can take you to Prabhupada. He told me that in full swing of Zonulacharya system. It was still in the thick of it. And I was okay. As a new Bhakta, I was okay. I would say, yes, it's very sincere. I can say it's very sincere. And I was not disappointed. So there is no harm advocating our own limitations if you take shelter. Okay, 37. See, Jiv Goswami, it is spoken out of humility. Yes, Brahma is very humble. Ritam Gatim means Vekunt in 37. Ritam Gatim. How do you know Vekunt? Do you know someone who has gone to Vekunt? Bhakti Prabhupada used to say, my Guru Maharaj is a Vaikuntha man, he knows. He's been there. You have been to Vietnam, you can tell me about Vietnam. You've been there. Who can tell you about Vaikuntha? You need someone who has gone there.
Prabhupada used to say that the two devoted brothers, Pankaj
Pankaj Angre and
Prabhu,
Jananivas, one is gone already.
Yeah, they come from Vaikuntha.
I don't know about that statement. I used to serve with Jananivas Prabhu. We know in Mayapur that Prabhupada said they have no material desires. I don't know about your statement. I never heard it, but I don't deny it. Should come with some proof. See, we speak about the material world made of the Lord's Maya, which is suitable for us. So whatever we say, whatever we think, whatever we speak out is Maya. The only scope of not being in Maya is to chant Hare Krishna or speak Bhagavatam or Gita, totally faithfully and transparently. Otherwise, besides that, we are always in Maya. Very simple formula. But one devotee told him, oh, at times he told Prabhupada, at times I feel that I'm really harmed by Maya. Prabhupada said, you're always in Maya, always. There's no scope. Mahaprabhu used to say, the very fact that I can live without Krishna means I'm in Maya. Up to that level, can you imagine? The very fact that I can function, I'm alive, I can move about without Krishna, this is total Maya. I should not be able to live, Mahaprabhu used to say. I should not be able to live without Krishna. Hence, I live, hence, I'm not Krishna conscious. This is the realization of Mahaprabhu. So now, 38. Yasyavata karmani gayati yasmad adayaha nayam vidanti tadvina tasme bhagavate namaha. This is 38.
Let us offer our to that Supreme Personality of Godhead, whose incarnations and activities are chanted by us for glorification, though he can hardly be fully known as he is.
Yeah. So see, Brahma is extremely humble. He's acknowledging, yes, my dear friends, my dear sons, and etc. I'm just telling you that you cannot know him. Even I cannot know him fully. We are on the same boat. Nana is telling his son, we are on the same boat. So what we have to do, I can guide you, my dear son, to let's glorify together Krishna. This is a very honest position. So let's see if I've got some homework here. 38. What to do if we cannot fully understand him? This is the same old topic since we started today, the class. What to do? What do you think, Mataji? If you cannot understand him, what to do?
Just pray. We just have to pray. That's the final thing.
Yeah, and the whole purpose of 38 is Yeyatamam Prapadyantes Tantateva Bhajamyaham 4:11. Remember?
Yes.
According to how we surrender, we advance. As soon as you stop to surrender, you don't advance. Very simple. You may say, well, Prabhu, I know the Gita quite well, you know. No, okay. I'm not denying that you know the Gita quite well, but you're not advanced. You may know the Gita quite well and not advance spiritually. You know what I'm saying? If you want to advance, you have to. This is the key formula. You cannot advance without surrendering. Panipaten means to surrender. 434. As soon as you stop surrendering, you don't advance. And on the contrary, you will regress. You cannot just stand by, stagnate in spiritual life. It doesn't exist. Either you advance or you regress. There is no in between. Again, the whole purpose is 411. Huh? He reciprocates according to your surrender. So you cannot blame Krishna. Oh, I don't see glimpses of Krishna. I didn't have any lila spurti since I joined. I didn't have Ashta, what do you call it? Ashta Sadvika Bhav. No, it means then the proof is in the pudding means we have surrendered enough. We are just surrendering so that we can hang in ISKCON a little bit. We are hanging in there, but you can be in ISKCON for many lifetimes. Keep on taking birth as a Guru Kuli, let's say, and keep on advancing a little bit. But if it is not coupled with surrender, it may take a long time. And then you come at the end of the day, this is the end of Kali Yuga. And we are in bad shape because there's no more ISKCON. ISKCON will stay perhaps 10,000 years, not more than that. So, I mean, it's quite drastic when you look at it, you know. It's quite drastic. We cannot say everyone is going to go back to the spiritual world together, like the witnesses of Jehovah. Oh, yes, I will meet my grandfather there, you know, and we're going to have some picnic. No, this is Mickey Mouse. It doesn't work like that. You have seen the devotees. If you don't surrender, what's going to happen? Did you notice? Did you notice? Then you go through hell and you die very powerfully by Krishna's grace. You got a cancer, you got AIDS, you got COVID, you got some bloody disease, and you are dying slowly but surely. You try to cure yourself here and there, running to that medic and running to that, you know, alternative medicine, you go here, you go to Brazil, you go here, you try, and at one point it dawned upon you, I'm finished. There is no hope. Then you run to Mayapur Vrindavan, and then you die. So this is what happened to many devotees because they don't surrender enough. So Krishna, to precipitate the surrendering process, he has you contract a heavy stuff, heavy disease, which is in and of itself a blessing. Do you have anything to say on this, Prabhu or Mataji?
So according to this purport, it says how much you give yourself in, like surrender, like so that's how much proportionately the Lord gives you back, right? So you have to be really surrendered and to do good quality of devotional service.
Yes,
be
and what to
you
do
want
to surrender, it's mentioned at the end of 38, what to do. See, it's very clear. Prabhupada says simply by this process. What is process? Simply by hearing
Devotional.
and chanting. This
Yeah.
is Krishna Katha. Ishanukata, you know the 10 topics to 10.1. Ishanukata. Ishanukata means you hear the glories of Isha, Krishna, Isha Asyamidam Sarvam, or even the great devotees, Dhruv, Prahlad, King Rantidev, Ambarish. This is Ishanukata. That's a surrender. That's surrender. Every day you do that, you know, that's surrender. And at the end of the day, there's more chance that you make your life successful. And we don't try to, there's also some tricks there, you know, because you may say, oh, I'm going to study Krishna Katha to listen so I can understand Krishna. But we just heard from Brahma is not a ISKCON devotee, Brahma. His body is made of intelligence. He has no gross matter. His body is made of buddhi. Is himself saying, there is no scope for me to understand. No, I cannot make it. So we should study in the mood of study the books, Krishna Katha, in the mood of relishing or even surrendering. Krishna, let me surrender to your Katha because, and even I don't fully understand what I'm reading, but I'm relishing it. That's a better position. I'm relishing it because I love it. And it helps me in my spiritual life. I don't fully understand, I have to be honest, especially the fifth canto. But I like it. So that's a much better position. Otherwise, if you come, let me study the books, let me cram the books so I understand. We just heard from topmost Mahajan Brahma. I can hardly understand. I can hardly understand him. What to speak of us? You follow? So the only way out is to carry on Krishna Katha and Jap and trying to connect with Krishna, but not by trying necessarily to understand him. Mostly to reconnect with him for who he is. You know, he's God, he's my friend. He helped me. That year he helped me. I was going to leave ISKCON and he helped me. So that person or my guru or, you know, he helped me. So because he helped me, I'm going to stay. That's much more personal. Okay, if you don't interrupt me, I assume that you're okay, because you don't speak much. Saisha Adya Purusha, Kalpe Kalpe Sejatya Jaha, Atmat Manyat Manat Manam Sa Samyat Chati Paticha.
Okay. That supreme original personality of Godhead, Lord Sri Krishna, expanding his plenary portions as Mahavishnu, the first incarnation creates this manifested cosmos, but he is unborn. The creation, however, takes place in him, and in the material substance and manifestations are all himself. He maintains them for some time and absorbs them into himself again. So he's the creator and the annihilator.
Okay, Mataji. So we are entering the last section of this chapter. See, 39. What are we going to discuss about here? Look at the Sanskrit. Saesha Adya Purusha. There's a shift in the topic here. Brahma is speaking, but he's talking, he discuss about a particular entity. Who is that person?
Krishna?
No.
Oh.
Look at it's a form of Krishna. If
Or
you
is
can read the English, it pops out.
Mahavishnu incarnation, a primary
Yes, correct.
daughter of
So now we are talking about which topic is that? Moshika Prabhu, among the 10 topics?
Which one, Prabhu?
Starting from 39, Mataji mentioned we're going to talk about Mahavishnu. Look at the Sanskrit, Saesha Adya. Adya means Adi, Purusha. And Prabhupada quotes in the verse, Ya Karana Nava Jale Bhajati Isma Yoga. And this is a verse dealing with Mahavishnu in Brahma Samhita. This is Saga, and we're dealing with Saga here, primary creation. Now, Jiva Goswami, very interesting. Look what he says. This is Jiva Goswami. 2639, sorry. 2639, deck. 2639. Yes. See?
we can't see it, Prabhu.
Oh, you can see. Okay, sorry. So
No.
I stop the share, and then again, I'm going to reshare. Okay, it's like that.
Okay.
I have no clue why it doesn't work. Back again, new share.
Okay, now we can see.
Okay, wonderful. Share. Look. See, this is Acharya. I mean, Jiva Goswami is a Manjari. Don't you think he could say, look, I'm a Manjari, I'm gonna speak now. Even he himself is quoting Sridhar Swami on this verse, 2639. Saesha Adya refers to Bhagavan. So in one sense, you're right, Mataji. This is Krishna. But remember, Krishna appears as the Purush incarnation. So Mahavishnu creates, but ultimately it is Krishna. What is the verse I wrote here for my knowledge? 131. If you look it up, 131. Same verse as today, as 39, 131. See? Jagrihe Purusham Rupam. Bhagavan Mahadibihi. So, in other words, this is Bhagavan, the Supreme, and Jagrihe means to accept. Just like you are an actor, a professional actor. One movie producer is telling you, please read that script. I want to hire you in the role of Julius Caesar. And you like the script, you're going to accept that role, and you're going to perform all over the world for 6 months, 1 year, 2 years. You know your role. You stick to your role. Some good actors, they're so good, practically speaking, they forget who they are. Even when they are off the stage, they still function as their role. My previous mother-in-law was a professional actress. She's one of the top actresses in France. She's 90 now, 92. And she told me when you play, you don't even know who you are. You are the actor or the actress, even off the stage. Then 2 months, 2 years down the line, my dear lady, I've got another role. Can you please play Cleopatra? Yes. So what to speak of Krishna? Jagrihe. He accepts the Purush Rupam. You follow? Even though Bhagavan, he remains Bhagavan. So just like 39 today, Saisha Adya Purusha. Srila Swami is very clear. See? Like, it seems it is Mahavishnu, but Bhagavan does it through Purushavatar. This is the real understanding. What is the other proof? I don't know if you recall. You have to understand. You have to know this verse 1 to 23. The same point. The same point. See? Sadvam Raja Stameti Prakriti Gunaster Yukta Parapurusha Ek Ihasya Date. Date means to accept. Same story. Sutta Goswami is telling us the Supreme Godhead is indirectly associating with the modes. And just for the sake of creation, maintenance, destruction, he accepts. Same point as 131, Jagriye Purusham Rupam. Jagriye means to accept, Date means to accept. He accepts to play the forms of Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva. So in other words, Srila Swami is very clear. It's always Krishna who accepts to play the part of the Purushavatar, the part of Nrsingadev, the part of the Gunavatars. You follow? It's always Krishna. He accepts to play that part. Brahma knows. Actually, Krishna is acting through me. That is why Brahma is so Krishna conscious. That is why we're extremely fortunate. So now we're going to be dealing with that section until the end of the chapter. So now 239 is the question of the answer to the question of Narad. Let's go back to 252. This is the key verse for chapter 5 and chapter 6. You want to know what you're doing? You look at 252. This is Yat Samstam, sorry. Yat Samstam is answered in 39. How is it conserved? Tell me, my dear father, how is it conserved? This is the answer. 239. We hear today that Mahavishnu creates. Everything is coming from him. It takes place in him. The material substance, manifestations are all himself. And when it goes back to him, Nirodha, when the energies, Shaktis are being retracted back in his abdomen, it goes back to him. Everything is him, basically. And Mahavishnu is just a kala, a portion of 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 a portion, etc., of Lord Krishna. So this is, we're dealing with Sarga. This is, if you have any questions, just stop me. Yeah. Jiva Goswami, Vishwanath. See, these are acharyas. They're not telling us, please, you have to understand thoroughly. You have to cram your brain as if you're taking an exam. Tomorrow, I'm going to ask you all these things. If you cannot answer, you are doomed. No, it's not telling us that. It's telling us, try your best, just like Brahma is telling, Yes, I'm trying my best, but still I fall short of the mark. And Vishwanath is telling us, chant Hare Krishna. This is 18th century commentary. See? So we are giving notice. Yes, we are very much attracted to hear, to understand a little bit, yes. But the main thing is to practice bhakti. This is the reminder here of Vishwanath. Because when we have Brahma telling us, look, I cannot fully understand, that should be a reminder to all the jivas in the universe. We have no hope. You follow? Doesn't mean you should stop understanding. No. As far as possible, you can satisfy your intellect, yes. But as you grow in Krishna consciousness, at the end of the day, the only thing that counts is Krishna Sambandha. Hari Sambandhi Vastunaha. Because otherwise, if we bifurcate towards Gyan too much, we may slow down or return actually. So now let's get down to 39, very important verse. Yes, this is what I wrote here. We discuss everything is in him, meaning Mahavishnu, but not in a pantheistic way. Because if I tell you everything is in me, everything is in Krishna, you may misunderstand, especially the pantheist, the impersonalists, they will misunderstand that. How will they misunderstand? Prabhupada explained in 39. Try to explain. How can you misunderstand if I tell you everything is in God? It should be understood in a proper Vaishnava Siddhanta way, but the impersonalist or the pantheist, they will understand otherwise. You can look at the purport and get the answer. Okay, I guess you guys fell asleep. Well, Shikara Prabhu, are you there?
No, I have a question. Yeah. You say that the causal ocean is created by the Lord as the Mahatattva.
Yeah, that's coming up.
This is
That's my next
confusing.
question.
How causal ocean is Mahatattva?
Yeah, that's actually you're going ahead of me. I asked this question this morning to Kanai Krishna Prabhu, my guru, one of my Shastra guru. I'm still waiting because for me it's quite peculiar. You're right. You're jumping up ahead. I want to address that after this point. My point is how to understand that if everything is in him, how to understand that in a Vaishnava Siddhanta way. You can help yourself with the purport, and it's very clear. Prabhupada gives a clue in 39. He's quoting 9.4. What is 9.4?
Avyakta Murtina, the impersonal
Yeah.
form.
So there is a form of God. Avyakta means?
And manifest.
Yes. So Murti is very clear. It's a form, yes, but it's not manifested. And we know this Avyakta form is, what is it? According to Prabhupada here.
Is a Virat Roop, universal form.
Yeah, well, we could say the impersonal feature, I would say. Yeah. Well, you're not wrong. You're not wrong because definitely Virat is part of Brahman. We know that. So we could say Brahman. The impersonal form of the Lord is Brahman feature. Sarvam Kavidam Brahma, everything rests on Brahman. The material world, the spiritual world rests on Brahman. The Brahman is the effulgence of the Lord's body. But now I'm coming to that. How will they understand the pantheistic people, the impersonalistic people? I don't know if you understand pantheist, it's a philosophy. I'll give you an example. If you have an A4 size sheet of paper, you tear the paper in thousands or hundreds of pieces. You open your window, you throw out the pieces. Where is your piece of paper? It has been scattered in the wind. It has disappeared. It's no more there. So in the same way, the pantheists, they say, yes, God has spread himself in the creation. He has become the creation. He has so much spread himself so thin, he has disappeared in the creation. Just like if you butter jam on your piece of bread, you just butter it so much, the jam disappears in the bread, and you're thinking, there is no jam. The jam has become embedded in the bread, deep inside the bread. So they are so foolish. Little do they understand that the energies of God function. Parasya Shakti Vedeva Shriyate. You follow? Shakti Matayo Abeda. There is Shaktiman, the possessor, and the energies are inconceivable. They work on themselves, by themselves. He himself doing something else. Golokani Vasati Akilatma Bhuta. Is in Golok, reveling in pastimes of love. But the Ashintya Shakti down here are doing the job for him on his behalf. He himself is doing something else. So little do they understand that actually, when we say everything is in him, 9.4, he's also separate from that. Idam ivishvam bhagavan ivetaro, 1.5.20, Narad is telling the same. You're not different from the cosmos, my dear Lord. Yes, true. But also different. You follow? We will discuss in the Chateau Shloki. He enters the cosmos, he doesn't enter the cosmos. You're going to pull your hair. He enters, he doesn't enter. What enters? What enters? His energy enters. He himself, Swayam Bhagavan, Rajanandan Krishna, he stays in Vrindavan all the time. He never steps out one step. So when we say he enters, just like 9.4 Avyakta Murti now, his Ashintya Shakti enters and transforms. Remember the verse 111? Tejo Valvidam Yata Vinimayu Yatrati Sago Mrisha. Whatever we see is a transformation of the modes. That's all there is to it. It's asat. It's a transformation of the modes. All we see in this world, in any planet, any universe, transformation of the modes. That's all we see. That's why it's fluctuating all the time. My relationship has changed. Oh, my mind has changed. My son is changing. Yes, everyone is under the modes. The mobile, the immobile. Everything is asat. It has no reality. Krishna says, whatever appears to have any reality, if it is separated from me, it doesn't exist. This is Chatur Shloki. We're coming to that. It doesn't exist. It's asat. Nasate vidyate bhava, nabhava vidyate sataha. Whatever changes doesn't exist. It sounds Mayavad. It is not Mayavad. It has no reality. Krishna says, if it is separated from me, it has no reality. It's just asat. So the pantheists, they are totally into Asat feature. Whereas Prabhupada is telling us in 39, we are not against the impersonal feature of the Lord. We are not against. What does he say? Did you notice? We're not against. And he has a beautiful sentence. That's why you have to cram the purport. You have to cram the purport as if your jeans is worn out. I don't know, you have seen sometimes you wear blue jeans, it's worn out until you see through practically. Papa said you should know my books like this. You have to cram the purports. This is what it is. Huh? Bhagavatam is like that. You have to cram the purports. So Papa is saying, see, the Vaishnava accept the original form of the Lord, of whom the impersonal form is merely one of the features. See, we don't deny the impersonal form, but it's just one of the features of Krishna. You follow? Krishna says in 1042, what is the need for all this detailed knowledge, Arjuna? By a single fragment of myself, I pervade and support this entire creation. What is the need? This single fragment of Krishna is Paramatma. So we don't deny, yes, impersonal feature is there. It's just one feature of the Krishna. Krishna has unlimited features. So this is the way to answer. Anyway, let's carry on. Oh yes, let's go back to your point, Prabhu. Yeah. So you please explain to me, because I have to admit, I got bewildered on this one. Moshika Prabhu.
Yeah, the question of the causal ocean.
I got bewildered, and I'm still bewildered, I have to be honest. The causal ocean is created by the Lord as the Mahatattva, as a cloud in the spiritual sky, and is only a part of his different manifestations. This I can understand, but the first sentence is mind-boggling, I have to admit. The causal ocean is created by the Lord as the Mahatattva. So let's go back into the Adhyacharya, see what they have to say. I don't know if they will go in that direction. No, it's very short. See, they don't go in that domain at all. See, he's just telling us, like I was discussing in the beginning, every kalpa, Mahakalpa, beginning of Mahakalpa means the whole duration of all the universes. It's called a Mahakalpa. Look it up in 21046. It's well explained. 21046. So it's just telling us, Vishwanath here, that there's only Mahavishnu. He creates, there's no one else, by himself, in himself, and at the end of the day, everything nirodha, everything retracts into his body. Bas. Actually, if you boil it down to it, there's only Krishna. Finish. There's only Krishna at work and his energies. There's nothing else but Krishna. Since the energies are not different from Krishna, there's only Krishna. In the natural world, in the spiritual world, there's only Krishna. Full stop. Finish. End of the class. There's nothing else but Krishna. Because everything else is an energy proceeding from Krishna. The Jivs, we are Paraprakriti. Krishna says in 7.5, Jiva Bhuta Mahabhava, we are Jiva Shakti. Okay? That's settled. Then, Maya, natural world, Om Purnam Ada Purnamidam. Adam Purnamidam. This is material world. Adam. This means this. This Purnam is coming from the Om Purnam, the original Purnam. It's one unit only, the material world. And it's also Purnam. It's got all the elements to subsist by itself. The Jiv can draw from the 24 elements within the material creation to make a living. And of course, he should be giving a portion to Krishna. Idam Ishavasyam Idam Sarvam. Bungita, you have to take your quota and give, offer it to Krishna. So, and then an internal energy, the Shit Shakti, what is it? The Swarup Shakti? Krishna says, Prakritim Svamadhishtaya, 7.6, no, 4.6, sorry. I'm situated in my own Swarup, Arjuna. So everything, whatever you look at it, is only Krishna. Only Krishna, only Krishna, only Krishna. The avatars coming from Krishna. The amshas coming from Krishna. The 6 types of avatars coming from Krishna. Can you find anything that doesn't come from Krishna? See, so at the end of the day, there's only Krishna. Finish. This is our philosophy. Vishudam kevalam jnanam pratyak samyak avastitam satyam purnamanadyantam nirgunam nityam advayam rishe vidanti munaya prashantat mendriya yashayaha yada tad eva satta kestirudiyeta viplutam. This is Brahma. Go ahead.
It's almost 11 now.
Prabhu, it's already time. So do you think it's a big chapter?
Oh, sorry, I didn't see the night.
We should do it on Wednesday, right?
Yeah. I don't know. Today it started on wrong foot. It was not easy.
I know, because me too. I was awake and then I came late.
Yeah.
So do you think we should continue, or we should, because they're big ones, so we should do it on Wednesday?
Okay, as you wish. I have to finish today is Ekadashi here. I'm doing Nirjala and I have to 10 more rounds.
Yeah, ours too. Today is Ekadashi here too.
Okay, good. Yeah, see, we are for today. We're discussing Bhagavatam and Ekadashi. It's extremely powerful. And remember, Bhagavatam is your saving grace. If you stick to Bhagavatam all your life, there's a particular boon for you waiting. Shrinvatam Shadaya Nitya Grinatas Vacheshtitam Kalina Natitirgina Bhagavan Vishatelidi. It's 284. Shrinvatam Shadaya Nitya. If you always Shrinvatam Shadaya with faith, Grinatas Vacheshtitam with earnestness, earnestness, you hear. Grinatas Vacheshtitam with earnestness. Kalina Natitirgana. In no time, Kalina means Kal. In no time, Bhagavan Vishate Ridi. The Lord enter your house. You may say, well, Paramatma is already there, but Paramatma is neutral. But Bhagavan was going to enter and give you the taste for Bhagavatam. More. Even though sometimes, like we discussed just now with Moshika, the causal ocean is created by the Lord as the Mahatattva. It eludes me. Yes, it eludes me. Should I stop? Oh, I don't understand. Let me close the book. No, this is Bhagavatam. We are dealing with the highest pranam in the universe. And perhaps 2 years from now, 5 years from now, I will understand, because one devotee will have shed some light on this. Many things are like this. The main thing, we are paving our way towards Krishna. Bhagavatam is, Buddhism used to say, it's a processor. You have a processor in your computer. It's processing the computer, the data, the speed of accessing the data. The stronger the processor, the faster is your computer. So Buddhism probably used to say this is going to process your spiritual life. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Haribol.
Hare Bol, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.